afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this New Year's Eve.
That's right. It's Thursday.
It's game day.
Yeah, it is.
The Badgers and Dr. Zorba Pastor will be on later on.
Yeah, some bad COVID news today, but we'll be taking your calls and questions for Dr. Pastor later this hour. We'll let you know when it's time to call in.
But first, it looks like it's going to be a snowy start to the new year. But how much will we get? Austin is standing by with your first warn forecast.
Tonight is the night the Badgers are ready to play against the Sun Devils of Arizona State. Our Lane Kimball will join us live from Las Vegas.
And the state of Wisconsin records its third highest COVID case count ever, just days before New Year's celebrations. We spoke with Dane County Public Health about the demand for testing. Let's take a look outside. Sure looks like winter out there, doesn't it?
It really does. Very pretty.
And a snowy and cold start to 2022. Austin's in the backyard. In the meantime, kind of quiet.
Yeah, it is. And we do actually have a few flurries that are falling down right now, but it's really not going to amount to anything. The next chance that we're going to see accumulating snowfall is still looking to be on Saturday. Now, it's 30 degrees outside in Madison. It really doesn't feel too bad temperature-wise. But again, we're seeing some of these very light flurries, so it may lead to a few slick spots, especially on some sidewalks here and there. But our current temperature is 30 degrees here in Madison, quite a bit chillier to our northwest. It's about 5 degrees cooler in Camp Douglas, currently checking in at about 25 degrees. Now, our wind speeds could be a lot worse, only about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so our wind chills are also pretty manageable outside right now. Again, with the temperatures, really doesn't feel bad. It's very average. We should be in the upper 20s this time of the year. We're actually very close to average and a little bit above, especially right here in Madison. But our Doppler track, it's not really showing those flurries. This precipitation that we're currently seeing, it's just too light to get picked up on our satellite radar. A few more of those flurries and even some lighter snow showers did make their way through up in the North Woods and for parts of northern Wisconsin as well. But other than a few flurries here and there, we are looking to stay dry today. But we have 2 alert days in the forecast. One is for snow on Saturday, and come Sunday, we're going to see some very cold temperatures and especially those wind chills dropping down below 0 at times. So I'll have all the details coming up a little bit later on in the show.
All right, Austin, thank you. We'll check back in just a little bit. Getting to Las Vegas requires a long flight and fairly expensive tickets, and that may have kept some Badger fans at home.
But plenty made the trip, and they are ready for game day tonight. Our Lane Kimball is in Las Vegas. Lane, what's the atmosphere like there today?
Well, guys, can you feel it all the way back there in Madison? There is certainly a buzz of excitement around Las Vegas today for tonight's game, and that's thanks in large part to Badger fans who always travel well, but some arrived a little bit later than others did. Take, for example, Will Searing. He's a UW alum from Stoughton, but now he lives in Oklahoma City, and his flight actually landed at 2 a.m. today, a little jet-lagged, he said. He's here with his mom and his dad, all 3 of them predicting a big win for Wisconsin. That's despite an 8-4 season that didn't get off to the best of starts.
Well, there's no bad bowls, right? So it's just fun to be here. Yeah, we would have always hoped for more, but yeah, we'll take this.
Well, just about everyone we talked to is very excited to see inside of Allegiant Stadium behind me here. That opened in 2020, but it'll still be a little while until fans can actually get in. Gates to the stadium don't open up until 5:30 Pacific. That's 7:30 your time. So what are fans doing to kill some time and shake off some of that nervous energy today? We will find out tonight at 5 o'clock. For now, covering the Badgers live in Las Vegas, Lane Kimball, News 3 Now.
New Year's Eve in Las Vegas. I think they'll find something to do.
I can't wait to see inside that stadium as well.
All right, Lane, thank you.
Thank you, Lane.
See you at 5. We are days away from a new year, but when it comes to COVID, it seems like we're repeating the past.
For the second day in a row, public health officials say reported COVID cases are breaking COVID-19 counts in Dane County. Nearly 1,300 people tested positive yesterday, beating the record set the day before that. And the previous high was set in November of 2020.
And the demand for tests is growing. Brady Mallory joins us now with how public health leaders are responding. Brady?
Well, a supervisor of COVID testing says they've been super busy the last few weeks. And a big reason was, of course, the holidays. The week before Christmas, appointments went up to 4:30 from 3:40. And they've been booked up all this week as well. Local pharmacies are doing what they can to help meet the need. But here's some advice when you think you need to go get tested.
I don't think that they should be concerned about getting tested. They should just follow the rules. So if you're symptomatic, definitely come in. if you were exposed come in, but not until 3 to 5 days post-exposure.
Well, she says make sure you aren't going in until 3 to 5 days after any exposure. Otherwise, you could get a false negative. Schwartz also says people from other parts of the state have been traveling to Dane County for tests because tests are few and far between in other parts of Wisconsin.
Brady, thank you. And as Brady was just explaining, it's a numbers story and it is trending upward.
COVID cases in the U.S. are at their highest level on record, and that is forcing some to rethink their New Year's Eve plans.
Michael George is in Times Square, where the celebration this year has been scaled back.
2021 is going out with a bang as the U.S. averages more than 277,000 new COVID cases a day and counting. Federal health officials are urging nursing home employees to get booster shots amid a spike in cases among staffers. And the CDC is advising against cruise travel, regardless of vaccination status. And as we approach New Year's Eve,
large gatherings where you're not certain of the vaccination status of people should be avoided.
Health officials say you should get tested before a gathering and a few days afterward to make sure you weren't exposed.
Our focus is vaccine and testing. Vaccine and testing.
Incoming New York City Mayor Eric Adams unveiled a 6-point battle plan to deal with COVID this winter.
I'm rolling out my administration plan to keep New Yorkers safe from the virus and keep our city open.
Preparations are underway here in Times Square for a scaled-down New Year's Eve celebration, limited to a vaccinated, masked crowd of 15,000 revelers.
3, 2, 1, Happy New Year!
Crews gave the nearly 12,000-pound ball a test run Thursday.
Everything's ready to go for December 31st.
Atlanta's 32-year tradition, the Peach Drop, has been canceled again, and San Francisco scrapped plans for its fireworks show. But things may be looking up.
This thrust with Omicron over the next 6 to 8 weeks is so significant. Please, just let's get us through this one. And then I think we're going to see a light at the end of the tunnel through the rest of the year.
Something everyone could look forward to in 2022. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
In other news tonight, the Merrimack Ferry has closed for the season because of icy conditions on the Wisconsin River. Throughout the 2021 season, the ferry carried almost 250,000 vehicles on a total of over 32,000 crossings. The 2021 season started March 22nd. DOT officials say the ferry will undergo maintenance during the winter season and resume its operation sometime in the spring of next year.
Well, today, River Food Pantry partnered with Feed the Children to bring no hunger holidays to 400 Dane County families. Each family, on a first-come, first-served basis, received a 25-pound box of shelf-stable foods, such as cereal, pasta, and canned fruits and veggies, a 10-pound box of essentials featuring personal care items like shampoo, conditioner, lotion, and assorted children's books and toys that'll be distributed curbside. In addition, the River will also provide trays of fresh produce. Rhonda Adams is the executive director of the food pantry.
But we see families from all walks of life, from those that are a senior, that the Social Security just isn't quite enough, to those families that are working families. And again, it's not just quite enough to be able to pay the bills. They're struggling. And so if we can help ease the burden a little bit by giving food and hygiene products, that's what we're here for.
Volunteers today were from the Black Officers Coalition from Madison Police and Middleton High School. If you'd like to help out by either volunteering or donating, go to their website at riverfoodpantry.org.
Authorities evacuated an area near the Dodge County Airport yesterday after a natural gas leak. A crash on State Highway 26 ruptured an above-ground natural gas pipe and caused a significant leak. Residents within a 1-mile radius of the crash site were notified and evacuated. Alliant Energy said crews worked overnight to repair the ruptured line. All affected customers are expected to have service restored by this evening.
Ghislaine Maxwell faces a maximum of 65 years behind bars after being found guilty of being part of Jeffrey Epstein's sex abuse ring. After some 40 hours of deliberations, the jury convicted Maxwell on 5 out of 6 counts, including sex trafficking a minor for Jeffrey Epstein and 3 counts of conspiracy related to his sex abuse ring. She was found not guilty on account of enticement. Attorney David Boyes represented several of the victims.
Everybody failed them except themselves. They stood up for themselves and they wouldn't be silenced.
We are very disappointed with the verdict. We have already started working on the appeal, and we are confident that she will be vindicated.
Maxwell did not testify during the trial. Virginia Giuffre, one of the Epstein's accusers, alleges she was trafficked to Prince Andrew when she was 17. Giuffre is suing the prince in a civil suit. He's denied Giuffre's claims and says he doesn't recall meeting her. Well, now that there's snow on the ground, you might be in the market for an all-wheel drive vehicle.
Nothing says all-wheel drive more than a Jeep. We go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the all-new 2022 Jeep Compass. That's when Live at 4 continues.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour mattress sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with savings of up to $1,000 on select mattresses. Shop in-stock mattresses up to 65% off and delivered to your door within 5 days. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years on luxury brands. Only at Ashley Home Store.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
Chevy is taking people lots of places this holiday.
We're going sledding!
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going to Nana.
Let your Chevy dealer take you there with Chevy Red Tags, where the price you see is the price you pay.
Happy holidays from Chevy.
Find new places, find new roads. Or find your Red Tag and you may qualify for $500 bonus cash on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. That's on top of most other offers. New models are arriving weekly. Secure yours today. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Of the smart and savvy. Today, the Coopers are a cost-conscious couple. But back in the day, not so much. Now, saving is more their style, which is why they chose Consumer Cellular. They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. And award-winning customer service. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and get $100.
You don't know how much pressure you put on your septic system, but Rid-X does. In a 21-month study, scientists proved that Rid-X reduces up to 20% of waste buildup every month. Take the pressure off with Rid-X.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with store-wide savings, including holiday doorbusters and special buys while supplies last. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Welcome back. Amanda Gorman has released a new poem to celebrate 2022 and remember the hurt of 2021.
You'll recall the 23-year-old propelled to stardom after reciting her poem, The Hill We Climb, at President Joe Biden's inauguration. Her latest work, New Day's Lyric, was inspired by stories of grief and perseverance that she witnessed on social media. She told Vanity Fair that's why she partnered with Instagram to publish the poem. The social media site shared a video of Gorman reciting the poem to an empty theater. Gorman is also raising money for the International Rescue Committee and an organization that helps people affected by humanitarian crises.
She's 23. That's amazing.
It's impressive.
Well, a contractor claims working for TikTok caused her to develop post-traumatic stress disorder. Candy Frazier is suing the social media platform and its parent company, ByteDance. Frazier says she worked as a content moderator on the platform and spent 12-hour days reviewing disturbing videos, including ones featuring graphic violence against children and animals. Frazier says the company did not provide adequate protections or psychological support for the moderators. She says the work caused her anxiety, depression, and PTSD. TikTok would not comment on the lawsuit, but in a statement, the company said they, quote, continue to expand on a range of wellness services so that moderators feel supported mentally and emotionally.
JetBlue Airways announced it is slashing almost 1,300 flights. The cuts go all the way through January 13th and are due to a shortage of crew members getting sick from COVID. According to FlightAware, more than 1,000 flights were canceled today. JetBlue's cancellations are a little bit different since they will remain in effect for at least 2 weeks.
The National Park Service is waiving entrance fees to national parks for 5 days next year. The 5 free days will be spread out across 5 different months. They include Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Veterans Day, and the first day of National Park Week. People who visit any national park on those days will not be charged an entrance fee. The National Park Service oversees more than 400 national parks.
New unemployment data shows the labor shortage isn't likely to end anytime soon. The last economic report of the year is out, and according to the Labor Department, first-time filings for weekly jobless claims fell by 8,000 to 198,000 last week. That was better than expected and close to the lowest level in more than 50 years.
Stocks closed lower ahead of the final trading day of 2021. The Dow Industrials lost 90 points, ending the day at 36,398. The NASDAQ was off 24. The S&P 500 gave up 14. Well, a compass is used to find your way. It's also a compact sports utility vehicle from Jeep, helping that brand stay on course.
The latest version of the compass has been updated inside and out.
Let's go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs to check out the 2022 Jeep Compass. Honey, I shrunk the Jeep.
That's it. The last one we had was giant.
Yeah.
Remember that Wagoneer? Well, this is the Compass, and this is their compact sport utility vehicle.
First introduced for the 2007 model year, the Compass was among Jeep's first crossover SUVs.
And this year they made some pretty significant upgrades both to the styling and the interior. This front end is all new, and it's meant to look more like the current Cherokee, more like that Wagoneer that we saw. So you still have the 7-slot grille up front.
A Jeep needs to look like a Jeep.
The big news on this thing is inside.
Let's take a look. This is pretty upscale.
Yes, it is. This is the limited model, so of course we have everything on it. But you have a 10.5-inch touchscreen. You've got leather up front here, soft touch surfaces, good leather seats. These are heated and ventilated, leather steering wheel, a digital instrument cluster on this trim level, and this beautiful panoramic sunroof.
Add in nav, wireless Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, and every Jeep now comes with a full suite of safety features across the line. The base Compass with front-wheel drive is just under $25,000. Our test car was the limited trim.
This one, as it sits all dolled up, is $36,000, and frankly, that's about the average price of a new car right now. So,
and about average for this class if you put everything on.
Right, exactly. It's not out of the range of any of these vehicles at all.
No vehicle is perfect. This Compass is no exception. Start it up and hold on. Well, the car sort of shook there.
Well, that's probably one of the areas I wish they'd done a little more work in, and that's in engine refinement. Yeah, this is not my favorite powertrain. The engine itself is rough, a little underpowered. When you do want to pass someone on the highway, it really has to rev up, and it gets a little loud. And this 9-speed, it hunts a little bit and kind of hunts like Elmer Fudd, not very well.
But remember, it's a Jeep, a brand with an almost cult-like following, and this little guy is Jeep through and through. Keep in mind, there are over 20 compact SUVs on the market right now. So if I'm just starting from scratch and there's 20-plus vehicles to look at, this isn't going to be on the top.
Not on my list, no. I mean, if you're a Jeep aficionado, I think so, but I think the CR-V, the RAV4 are better all-arounders. The CX-5 is a better driver's SUV, and the Bronco Sport, frankly, I think is a little better off-road compact SUV. This will do all of those things, and we're talking nuances here, but it's not best in class.
And Harvey joins us now. Happy New Year to you.
Hi, Harvey.
Happy New Year to you guys.
The mileage is not great on this little Jeep.
No, you know, I think the combined EPA is 25 on this thing, and when you look at the RAV4 or CR-V, those are 29 miles per gallon combined. So that's a significant difference of mileage on these vehicles.
I like it, though. It's a nice-looking Jeep. What did this car cost?
Yeah, this one, as it was all set up, was about $35,000. So it was, you know, that premium compact SUV pricing now. That's about where you go when you get the top of the line version of all of these things.
And there's an off-road version as well.
Yeah, and Jeep, of course, makes a very specific off-road version that you can get that is very capable. And again, when I talk about it's not best in class, the range now gets narrower and narrower, and you know, these cars are all pretty good, but that engine is just not very refined. It's a little underpowered, and that's where I wish they'd spend a little more time on it. Maybe they will for 2022. Who knows? Maybe. Or, you know, the following upgrade.
Maybe they will. All right, Harvey, we'll have a happy and safe New Year.
All right, you too.
Happy New Year, Harvey. Great to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Well, 2021 was certainly an entertaining year at times.
We'll look back at the year that was in entertainment, 2021 style. That's coming up after Austin's holiday weekend forecast.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
Better bring that home for the holidays.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this New Year's, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the PowerSwabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. PowerSwabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. And people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This new year, order PowerSwabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free PowerSwabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the box suits as well?
No. Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad.
Save up to $42.62 on select models.
Better bring that home for the holidays.
Take a look at this. Oversized snow sculptures ahead of the New Year's, a tradition in the Russian city of Rybinsk. This year, a nearly 20-foot-tall snowy depiction of Russia's equivalent of Santa Claus, Father Frost, is towering over the city's central square. It took artists nearly 5,000 cubic feet of snow, 8 gallons of paint, and a week to create the giant Father Frost. Russians traditionally greet Father Frost on New Year's Day when he brings presents to children. He's often accompanied by the Snow Maiden, a character of Russian fairy tales.
Oh, it's very
so
cool.
they don't have Santa Claus in Russia, apparently. Father Frost.
Father Frost. That's what we could call Austin this week.
Well, everything is better with bacon, right?
Yeah, well, if you agree, then today is your day. It is National Bacon Day, a day that reminds us bacon is not just for breakfast. The United States and Canada make bacon from pork belly. Other countries around the world use the side and the back cuts of pork. In 2020, over half of the U.S. population said they used a pound of bacon or more.
I ate more than that on the cruise.
Good for you. Good for you.
All right, Austin, we're keeping an eye on the weekend.
Oh, that's right, because you're going to need some bacon to warm you up, especially after the new year kicks off. We got a round of snow heading our way, and then quite the cool down afterwards. So I'll have a look at that and your extended forecast coming up.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget, wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
How do you use your energy? Celebrating the people you love? Mixing up smiles? Making each day brighter than the last? At Alliant Energy, we bring more clean, renewable energy to our customers every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about each other. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello and welcome Welcome back. Now outside right now, we are still seeing a lot of cloud cover. It's going to be a similar situation tomorrow and a small chance to see a few flurries. And we already have actually seen a few flurries outside right now, but accumulation is not expected for today. So overall, staying dry for today and New Year's Eve. Still that small chance to see a flurry, but that's just about it. And then we're going to see breezy conditions, a colder New Year's Day, and some inches of snow are heading our direction, especially the farther south and southeast you are. That's where we're going to see some of those higher snowfall totals, at least with this system that's going to move through. And then on Sunday, a whole different batch of bad news there with very cold temperatures. Sunday's low temperature that morning, 3 below zero. And we're likely going to see wind chills staying below zero or right around zero for the entirety of that day. Now our Doppler track still does look good. Again, not quite getting picked up by our radar, but there are a few flurries that are still hanging around outside, but that's not going to really amount to too much. Now out west currently, it does look good, but this system is going to change some things here. We're going to see a streak of fresh snowfall here for a lot of states. In fact, take a look at some of these winter weather bulletins. Now, we don't have any locally as of right now. We are likely going to see some winter weather advisories get put into place here. Probably tomorrow, I would say by this time, we're going to have a few of those winter weather advisories for quite a few of our communities. But the winter storm watches are actually down to our south. That's where we're going to see some of the heaviest overall snowfall. Northern Illinois and even parts of central Illinois, that's where they're going to see some of those heavier amounts. But here locally, we're still going to see enough to cause issues on some roadways. Still expecting a few inches for a lot of communities, but the heavier bands of snowfall are going to stay down to our south. If this ends up creeping up a little bit to the north, then we'll be talking about more overall snowfall. But as of right now, our future track does show more and more of that snow making its way through, but we're still not going to see an overwhelming amount of snow. So taking a look at Saturday, especially in the afternoon hours, that's when we'll start to see the snow breaking in, especially from the south, and that'll continue from the afternoon hours on our Friday, Saturday rather, all the way through those early nighttime hours. In terms of how much snow we are looking at, it's going to be around 1 to 4 inches with some of those higher amounts here for some of our southern communities. And then again on Sunday, it's just going to get very cold out there. So here's raw data of just one model that we're looking at. Some of those higher snowfall totals again down to our south and southeast. Here's a look at what we think is going to end up happening here. About 1 to 3 inches for a lot of our communities. Down around Janesville and farther down to our southeast, that's where we could see a little bit more. About 3 to 6 inches of snow is looking likely as of right now. And then another peek at our extended forecast. Still watching out for a few chances of snow on next Wednesday and Thursday. Other than that, we are looking pretty good to go, I would say here, but those temperatures near the end of the forecast, look at that, the teens and lower 20s. It's going to stay cooler than average.
Ouch.
Welcome 2022.
Yes.
Here we go.
Right.
Buckle up.
All right, Austin, thank you.
Austin, thank you. An accidental shooting on a movie set involving Alec Baldwin left a cinematographer dead. Streaming services reigned supreme at the Emmys, and COVID continued to cast a shadow over the entertainment industry in 2021.
Anthony Piro takes a look back at some of the top entertainment stories for the year.
Overshadowed by the threat of COVID-19, Americans welcomed 2021 in a low-key manner. Once COVID vaccines became widely available, touring acts resumed performing, production ramped up, and movie theaters reopened. And in September, Broadway was back with a full slate of live shows for the first time in a year and a half. But several productions temporarily shuttered just before Christmas because of a new wave of illness caused by the Omicron variant. The Grammys, Emmys, Oscars, and Tonys returned to live in-person shows with limited guests. The 63rd Grammy Awards took place on several stages around downtown Los Angeles. Beyoncé broke the all-time record for the most wins by any artist. She now owns 28. Megan Thee Stallion was named Best New Artist. At the Oscars, Nomadland took home top honors for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actress. An accidental shooting on the set of the Alec Baldwin film Rust killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins and injured the director. Baldwin fired the fatal shot not knowing the prop gun he was handed contained a live round. The accident prompted the industry to urge reforms on the use of firearms on sets. Disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein was returned to Los Angeles to face new sex charges. Actor Jussie Smollett was convicted of staging a fake attack on himself in Chicago in 2019. At least least 3 women accused Sex and the City actor Chris Noth of sexual assault. He said the encounters were consensual. Britney Spears won her independence from a conservatorship overseen by her father that controlled her finances and day-to-day life. The pop star became engaged to her longtime boyfriend and said she wants to have more children. 2021 was a big year for streaming services. Discovery Plus launched in January, and Viacom's CBS debuted Paramount Plus in March. Streaming services dominated the Emmys with shows like Apple TV's Ted Lasso, HBO Max's Mayor of Easttown, and Netflix's The Crown taking home top honors. Taylor Swift re-recorded and re-released some of her original music after she lost her rights to the masters of her first 6 albums. Adele released her first new album in 6 years, and Tony Bennett retired from live performances. Both were showcased in CBS specials. Jeopardy named Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings hosts for the 2021 season. Former executive producer Mike Richards initially had the gig, but stepped down after offensive remarks he made in the past became public. And the industry lost many notable performers, including rapper DMX, Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts, talk show host Larry King, and actor Charles Grodin. Those are some of this year's top entertainment stories. Anthony Pura, CBS News.
Whew, what a year it's been.
Yeah, it really has been. Well, coming up next on Live Before, we talk to Dr. Zorba Pastor about the second record-breaking day in COVID cases in Dane County.
And then coming up next hour at 5, more from Las Vegas as the Badgers get ready to face off against the Sun Devils in the Las Vegas Bowl.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year sale on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year! How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now, there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special. Order this New Year's and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year sale on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
This year, Wisconsin continued to be in the center of national politics, and tonight at 5, Naomi Coles takes you through the 2021 timeline of the state's biggest political headline.
The last day of 2021 will be a quiet one. 2022 will begin with accumulating snow, followed by a blast of bitterly cold weather for Sunday. My first warn forecast at 5.
Then at 6, after a chaotic year in state headlines, how political reporters separate fact from fiction so you can be well informed. We'll see you on News 3 Now at 6.
It's a wintry scene, isn't it?
It's cold just looking at it.
Yeah, it's a live shot of downtown Madison, a little dusting of snow on the Capitol Dome.
I always like that because there's no heat up there.
Right.
So the snow doesn't leave the dome.
Very pretty, and we're watching a storm for the weekend. Austin will have more on that coming up. Well, COVID cases, as you probably know, are surging, thanks in large part to the highly infectious Omicron variant. For the second day in a row, Dane County has set a new single-day record for COVID cases.
Dr. Zorba Pastor joins us from his clinic in Oregon, and if you have questions, we'll be taking your calls in the next segment. Welcome back, Zorba.
Good to be here.
So why a sudden surge? What's happening here? There's breakthrough cases, there's unvaccinated.
It turns out that Omicron is much more infectious than Delta. That is the bad news. In other words, it's spreading like wildfire when you realize that it first appeared in the country maybe 4 weeks ago, something like that. So it's supplanting Delta in terms of infection. So the bad news is it's all over the place. The good news is that if you're immunized with a booster, the chances that you're going to be in the hospital are actually very slim, unless you've got some other serious medical problems. For the most part, you are still 30 times more likely to get into the hospital if you are not immunized. So the answer is still to get immunized, and if you've gotten 2 shots, to get that 3rd shot if it's available. So that's kind of where it sits. It's fitting many ways with the great influenza pandemic of 1918, which was about a 3-year cycle, and eventually in 1918, people were either immunized or they perished.
Well, if you're watching tonight and we live in a winter climate, it's cold outside. If you have a runny nose, should you go and get tested? When do you know?
Absolutely. People call us up. They say they have a runny nose. They feel like a cold. We say either get a home test or come in and get a test with us. It's really very important. And the reason is we now know if you're positive, you should isolate. The CDC changed it and said basically at 5 days after, if you don't have any symptoms at all, you only have to isolate for 5 days. But if you have symptoms, you really have to isolate for 10 days for you and for your family and for your neighbors. And I want to tell you about a case today. I have a patient today. She just got her booster. She got COVID a year ago before immunizations were available. Her sense of smell has still not come back. And I said to her, that must be very difficult for you. And she said, I don't think so. I've got my life. My life is much better. I'm okay. So in other words, she's lost her sense of smell for a year. It's probably not going to come back, but she said her life is good. And I think that's important. Get immunized if you're not immunized. Convince anyone that you know who isn't immunized to get immunized, because that's basically, it is a hospitalization of the unimmunized. I cannot stress that enough.
All right, it's time to pick up the phone and get your medical questions answered.
If you have a question for Dr. Pastor, call now, 608-270-9933. We'll get your calls right after the break.
After a serious accident, you'll need a team to fight for the results you deserve. We're here for you whenever you need us. Groover Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Globetrotters playing in Madison on January 2nd. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call now or go online for your free information kit from Physicians Mutual.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, We've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Don't let stress wear you down. End the year feeling great at Planet Fitness with our big end-of-year sale. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Now through December 31st. And end the year on the right or left foot with tons of variety and space in our squeaky clean clubs. And use a crowd meter in our app to pick the best time to visit. Join for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Hurry, the big end-of-year sale ends December 31st.
Join now at your local club or online at planetfitness.com. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 31st.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all means that you call Gruber Law Offices and your case is handled. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. They take care of you completely.
One call, that's all.
Hello, taking a quick look at traffic right now. Things are moving along a little bit nicer than yesterday. Yesterday, we did have that reported incident on the Beltline. Not the case as of right now, so things are moving quite nicely along the Beltline. Taking a peek towards Janesville, much of the same. And up north here around Wisconsin Dells, a lot of these main arteries looking pretty great right now.
That's good news, Austin. Thank you. Before we get to Zorba, here's a story about one lucky puppy. A German Shepherd puppy was stuck in a pipe at a home in Spain. The police were called. They broke through a wall to get to the pipe where Vela was stuck. She entered the pipe from the garden and couldn't get out, but police rescued her and handed Vela over to her very happy and relieved owner.
Get a little drywall work done there.
Good.
Happy endings, we like that.
We're taking your calls today for Dr. Zorba Pastor, 608-270-9933.
Zorba, welcome back. Let's get to the phones. We'll start with Lorraine in Madison. Hi, Lorraine. What's your question?
I want to know with the Omicron virus, the percentage of those who are unvaccinated that have gotten it, are they the majority that are hospitalized or those who aren't unvaccinated?
The majority of hospitalized are the unvaccinated. The unvaccinated, this basically is an epidemic of the unvaccinated people. If everyone in the country were vaccinated, this would be probably more like a bad case of the flu or common cold. But until we get to herd immunity, it's not going to happen. Everyone should be vaccinated.
And so this is just because this variant is so infectious. That's why so many fully vaccinated people are testing positive? Is that what's happening?
It's exactly what's happening. It's very infectious, but it doesn't seem to be as serious as Delta. In other words, your risk is actually less than it is with Delta, but because it's so infectious, so many more people, the unvaccinated, are actually getting COVID, and many people who are vaccinated are getting it, but are not having serious cases of it unless they have other problems.
Okay.
Let's go to Dave in Wanakee now. Hi, Dave. What's your question?
Well, I just had a question for Dr. Zorba. Why in the last few months they've said that you no longer have to take the low-dose aspirin every day like we've all been doing, and what the reasoning is for that?
Sure. We now have very good data. We used to think everyone should have low-dose aspirin after a certain point. And we now have good data that if you have, for instance, have had a heart attack or had a stent, you need a cardiac stent, you need to have low-dose aspirin. But instead of giving it to everyone, we've now looked at the data. It's what science is all about. And it appears we're causing more problems with that with GI bleeds and the complications. So the recommendation is low-dose aspirin if you've had a heart attack, if you had a stroke, or other medical problems where your doctor says you should be on it, but it shouldn't be willy-nilly that everyone over a certain age should take low-dose aspirin.
All right, very good. Let's go to Sue in DeForest. Hi, Sue. What's your question?
Hi, doctor. Just wondering, my son was fully vaccinated. He had a breakthrough case of COVID right before Thanksgiving, and he was supposed to be boosted a couple days after that. So I'm just wondering if he has to wait any longer, or can he go ahead and get the booster?
you can get as soon as you feel okay, get boosted. There's no reason to wait. There's no absolute number that you've got to wait a certain number of days afterwards. From what I've read, as soon as you feel all right, get the booster, because that's going to make sure you don't get another case of COVID again. Remember, you can get COVID more than once. You can get it twice or 3 times. And the more you get it, the more likely you are to have a complication with it, such as my patient who lost her sense of smell, which is really not great.
All right, let's go to Deb now in Dodgeville. Hi, Deb.
Hi, my question is the flu going as much as what COVID is right now? I've had symptoms not to pertain to COVID necessarily. I've had a severe headache and then diarrhea that has continued from Tuesday all through today.
Mm-hmm. Well, the flu's around. It's not around as much as COVID. We've got influenza around, but influenza is not really prominent within the community. And even with those symptoms, you might have influenza, you might have another virus, and you might have COVID. And so if you feel like you're sick, you feel like you're ill, get tested for COVID, because COVID can mask as many different things.
But you're not seeing a widespread flu outbreak
not yet.
right now.
We do not have widespread. We've got it, but it's not widespread.
All right. Eileen in Baraboo. Hi, what's your question?
Yes, I finally convinced my brother to get his shot. His first one, he had a really bad fatigue and
just a bad reaction
all over. Is he able to have the second one?
Yes, absolutely. You should definitely have the second one. Take some Tylenol, better than ibuprofen. It's really kind of better because ibuprofen is an anti-inflammatory, so we go to Tylenol first. And make sure he gets hydrated. He may not have the same reaction to the second shot, but definitely have it. And if he's got a reaction, you say, well, you really don't feel good on one hand, but the risk of death is much less on the other hand. So definitely have the second one, and just make sure that you hydrate and you stay as well as you can when you get that.
The vaccine is working. That's a reaction.
Your body, right, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Let's go to Tammy in Madison. Hi, Tammy. What's your question?
Go ahead, Tammy.
Tammy, are you there?
She wants to know why Delta disappeared.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Well, Delta is in the background because Omicron is simply taking over and just sort of wiping it out. So it hasn't fully disappeared, but it just is. Omicron is maybe 5 or 10 times more infectious than Delta, so Delta is in the background. That's what viruses do. The ones that are stronger take over from the ones that are weaker. It's the evolution of RNA viruses that continually mutate.
Get vaccinated. Let's hope for a better 2022.
Yes, for sure.
Happy New Year, Zorba.
Happy New Year to you guys, too.
All right.
Great to see you. Thanks so
soon.
much.
The final check of your forecast coming up.
I was thinking maybe
your mom's car.
Christmas, Dad.
Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm coming through. It's Big Snoop Dogg with the red, white, and blue. Yes, indeed. You know we don't fake. Globetrotters coming with the Harlem Shake. We get to it and do it. Get things right. Shooting them hoops and making baskets all right.
Don't miss the Globetrotters in Madison on January 2nd. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com.
Nothing is better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, you can save up to $400 on Beauty Rest Black and Black Hybrid mattresses and get $200 in Steinhoffels cash. Beauty Rest Black mattresses are the ultimate in luxury and comfort. Queen mattresses start at just $21.99. Plus, with Steinhoffels special financing and free delivery, buying a new Beauty Rest has never been easier. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
What is all this?
We call them options.
Options? Don't make me laugh.
Unbeatable selection without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
This year, Wisconsin continued to be at the center of national politics. Tonight at 5, Naomi Coles takes you through the 2021 timeline of the state's biggest political headlines. Plus, we'll preview the Badgers' big game tonight in Las Vegas, coming up at 5.
Wisconsin Politics 2021.
What genuinely surprised you this year?
News 3 Now's Naomi Coles leads a panel of state political journalists to help make sense of a chaotic year and preview what's to come in 2022. Tonight at 6.
Welcome back. Not one, but 2 alert days in the forecast. That first one is going to be for New Year's Day. We're looking at breezy conditions and some snow, especially in the afternoon, about 1 to 4 inches possible. Some of those heavier snow totals will be down to the south of Madison, even down to our southeast. Bitterly cold conditions return on Sunday. That low that morning of 3 below 0, a high of only 10. So our wind chills are likely going to stay below 0 throughout the day. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
It's the Ayers Furniture New Year's sale with huge savings on quality name brands, including Lazy Boy, with recliners starting at $5.99, and Smith Brothers Amish handcrafted sofas at special New Year's sale prices. Ayers Furniture with free delivery. The New Year's sale. Don't miss it.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold. If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Unlike other cold medicines, Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments with Coracetin, now in sugar-free liquid.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here. Aspirin arthritis.
Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods.
Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspirin. When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap. It's the Ayers Furniture New Year's sale with huge savings on quality name brands, including Sealy, with queen-size sets starting at $4.99. And Flex Steel sofas at special New Year's sales prices. Ayers Furniture with free delivery. The New Year's sale, on now.
In today's Final Touch, if you're a fan of the TV show Game of Thrones, you might want to plan a trip to Ireland.
A new Game of Thrones studio tour is set to open in February. The tour will allow fans to immerse themselves in the world of the Seven Kingdoms. Based in Northern Ireland, where much of the hit show was filmed, the permanent exhibition at Linen Mill Studios includes props, costumes, and iconic sets. Visitors can walk through the Great Hall of Winterfell, visit the headquarters of the Night's Watch, and more as they journey south through Westeros. Behind-the-scenes design and special effects are also on display with makeup, prosthetics, warrior weapons, and a green screen interactive experience. Show's on the air for 8 years.
I just started it, but now I'll have no one to talk to about it.
Well, keep watching. Yeah. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.